Our goal is for this course to provide the skills and the knowledge to enable telephone staff to increase conversion rates using a soft sell and a relationship centered approach. Now, there's really, really important meaning in that phrase. By soft sell, I mean no pressure. By relationship oriented, I mean really trying to understand who is on the other end of that phone call. Okay? So, part of this is going to be a little bit new for you. Traditionally, medical practices and professional practices of any nature do not tend to apply traditional sales techniques to the telephone call. And that is sometimes a good thing. And that's why we invented this course, so that we could pull the very best out of the good knowledge that is out there on influence techniques and persuasion techniques, and distill it and adapt it so that it works in this kind of environment, which is clearly different. Now, even so, some people have some challenges around the material that we're going to introduce. And I find that it's really, really important to keep an open mind in order to take the material in, and so that we can make a decision as to whether we like what we hear and whether we're going to do what we say at the end once we know what it is. So in doing this, I'd like to introduce something I call the learning contract. Now, you're going to have in the course material, you're going to have a learning contract that you'll be able to print out and sign. Don't worry, it's not a legal document. It's just essentially a psychological contract between us that really explores resistance and tries to understand why you might not do the things that are actually really good to do, mainly because out of resistance because of habit. So I'm going to read the learning contract with you. So bear with me as I do this, and you can read along if you like. It's going to be probably slightly different for you, but when you actually print it off, you sign it, date it, and then you can hold on to it for yourself. I don't need to see it. It's just for you. So let me introduce you to the learning contract for a moment. So I, and you'd put your name in where that little blank is, hereby pledge to put in X percentage. Okay, you put in that percentage for you. It could be 10%, it could be 20%. Hopefully it's closer to 90 or 100% of effort during this training, to keep an open mind, to keep and take copious notes, to fully engage in the activities that I share with you, to allow myself to have fun, and to engage in the material so that you can get any questions answered, especially through our forums. And you can get so much more out of this learning experience if you follow that. It is possible that I might already know some of the things that will be discussed during the training event. Now, I know that much of what I'm going to teach you, you might already have some components of. For me, it's more about organizing that information so that you can use it reliably. With that said, it's always useful to review fundamentals, because the real measure of applied knowledge is not only thinking about what you know, but also using it every single time. And sometimes it's just a matter of reorganizing the information that you already possess and then systematizing it so that you can use it reliably. Okay? So during this training event, I will resist the natural tendency to make excuses for why things might not work. Instead, I'm going to try to imagine how they might work. Those old excuses are irrelevant. They're yesterday's news. Today is a new day, and you'll only get out of this what you put into it. So I'll read on. I understand that I might at first disagree with some of the things that I learn here today. That's okay. I even might hear some things that might seem challenging to me. Alternatively, I may like what I hear and even might get a little bit excited about it. That's okay too. Regardless of the outcome, while I retain the right to make up my own mind, I commit to knowing and understanding what I am saying yes or no to. At the end of this training event, I will choose if this is really for me. If it fits like a glove, I'll know it. Then I will make a decision to either apply it or not apply it. There's really no midway. It's either yes or it's no. And you can hereby commit to the above as evidenced by your signature. Just write in your signature there on this day of this month of this year. And that's the learning contract.